Hello guys, it's a beautiful Sunday and hope you guys are having a wonderful time. And today is the 31st of Jan and in 5 days time the Anthony DeMello Trophy will be rolling out. Now, the England versus India Test series that's happening in India, that takes place in India, it's named after Anthony DeMello, and the ones that is happening in England is named after Patodi. So that's the Patodi Trophy, and India, when that series happens in India, it's the Anthony DeMello Trophy. And India are the current holders of this Anthony DeMello Trophy, and we would like to keep it that way, don't we? Now, this is a SWOT analysis of Team India when we're up against this very strong England side. So let's get started. So first of all, the biggest strength that Team India has is the return of some of their prolific players, including their captain Virat Kohli. Now, I mean, there are fans who simply, just get carried away in the moment and say that, Rahane was brilliant, why don't make him the captain? Or there's another camp which says that, Rohit Sharma should be the captain. But I think the team is pretty clear, and it's just not about 3 weeks or 4 weeks of cricket or, how somebody is handling the team. It has been a process. Even the win in Australia, a lot of that is credited to Indian domestic setup and also the exposure that was given to the team India A players. India A and the exposure these players got through India A games is also a major fact. So that's the system in place, and right now we have to believe that the system is kind of working. Though I personally would like more players who has the test match batting attitude like Pujara. I mean, people would like to see a Rishabh Pant go and smash the ball, Rohit Sharma just whack it over the boundary and stuff like that. Players like Shubman Gill. But it's test cricket and we need players like Pujara. It's the base, it's a spine around which we build the team. Now, the strength of the Indian team is, yes, Virat Kohli is back. That means the middle order now looks formidable. So I guess they're not going to mess around with the opening partnership. I think from the last game itself, Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill should be opening the innings, followed by Pujara, then Kohli and Rahane, and the middle order looks so solid. And even we are boosted with the return of Jasprit Bumrah and Ishant Sharma and the likes. So yeah, though we are missing Mohammad Shami and Ravindra Jadeja, but yet our bowling unit is looking pretty sharp as well. So yeah, return of a few stars, and from what we did in the last game, without their support or contribution, without them even being part of the squad, I think this is the biggest strength, that Team India's confidence is also high and the players are back. Do we have a weakness? Yes, we have. You're not that perfect team, are we? But the thing is, I think, like we said earlier, the middle order and the top order looks sorted for the time being. Let's hope that they bat sensibly, whatever their game is. If the Shubman Gills wants to go and just whack it, let them do that. If the Pujaras want to actually just play it slow, let them do that. I mean, in Indian conditions, I think they will be able to actually shine, which is the expected thing. But the weakness, who will be our main bowlers? I think Bumrah, Ishant Sharma, who will be the third seamer. And also, I think the weakness could be the factor that, do we have a quality all-rounder? Now, here's the thing. In the last match where Washington Sundar and, Shardul Thakur just played a beautiful game, not just with the ball, but also with the bat, and their all-round contribution was fantastic. They don't have that much, experience in their bag or in their kitty. And maybe playing against a team like England, we may need that. We have quality, make no mistake, we have the pedigree, we have the talent, but do we have the experience? And we're talking about test matches. I think the exposure will be good for them. And also Ravichandran Ashwin is a very experienced player. But again, if we have to pick one main weakness with the Team India lineup, would be, I think, the number 6 slot, where you would be looking at a proper all-rounder. Hardik Pandya, will he bowl? If he bowls, I think that will be nice. But Shardul Thakur is a pretty good pick. Even Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, I think off late has not been that prolific with the bat. But we have choices, and good choices, the ones that we think would be very positive. But since they are not tested at this level, that could be a slight weakness. Not a big one. Chana. ചിഹ്നത്തിൽ. In June of 2021, we'll be having the first final of the World Test Championship. India is placed pretty well. We have 4 matches, all in our home conditions before the cutoff date. So it's all about just making sure that India is one of the 2 teams that's gonna be there in the final. It's a huge opportunity that we have, especially we are playing in our home condition. It's a home series. That's all we have. But if we can win it and win it handsomely, yes, we are gonna be there. That's a huge opportunity. Let's grab it with both our hands. Now this is interesting. Why? Because England has always been one of the best teams when it comes to test cricket, because their system, their thought process is kind of like that. And remember, now they have a kick-ass white ball team as well. Their 2020 squad and their one-day squad, it's actually brimming with talent, and they are a quality side. But England has always developed and cultivated this mindset for test cricket. Yeah, like all the other teams, the more influx of 2020 has brought a change in attitude, and people going for the shots. They may be tempted to just keep their bat, push for the balls or the boundaries and get an edge. Stuff like that is happening around the world. But still, let's talk about Joe Root. He is coming from after a brilliant series in Sri Lanka, where he scored a 200 in the first test and followed that up with a high 100 in the second test match. And he's a brilliant player of spin bowling. So even if it's gonna spin in Indian conditions, Joe Root is more than capable to deal with that. So his wicket is gonna be priceless. Make sure you get it early, then I think we'll have a good series. But Joe Root is the biggest threat. The second thing is their bowling unit is actually neat, because we know what Anderson and Broad can do, because they're pretty good, experienced. But adding Jofra Archer into the mix, because if there is a movement with the new ball, or maybe when the ball starts to reverse, but in between also with the bounce and the nippiness and the extra pace, like I think Josh Butler was the person who said that, Jofra Archer is going to be the X factor. He could very well be. I think we should be, we have the capacity to deal with him, but the bowling unit is sharp, but not just their paces. In Sri Lanka, we saw that, the spin duo of Jack Leach and Dom Best, they were able to trouble the Sri Lankan batsmen in, subcontinental conditions. So we should not be making lightweight of their spin duo as well. So yeah, that's a threat that we have. And mainly it's going to be Joe Root, but also understand and keep in mind that they have a decent bowling attack. But it's our conditions, apna ghar hai yaar. So maybe we will rule whatever is coming. We will actually be able to smash everything that England is going to throw at us. Hopefully so, but that's about it. So what do you think is going to be the playing 11 for the very first match that's going to happen from the 5th of February at Chennai? So it's going to be a very interesting series. 4 test matches followed by 5 T20Is, then 3 one-days to wrap it up before the IPL. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. All excited. And also remember, the IPL series is all set. I've made the first video, which is about Mumbai Indians. But yeah, I have to edit that. But thank you so much for your time as usual. This is RJ Vishnu signing off. Over and out.